Everyone. How are you today? We are here to make some beautiful galaxy jewelry with UV resin. And this is a super fun project. We are going to be walking you through all the steps you need. So if you're a complete beginner, this is the class for you. And if you have some experience in jewelry making or with UV resin or resin crafting in general, I hope you find something new to try in this class. My name is Stephanie Menor. I am here with Blue Moon Studio, and we are going to have some fun making jewelry together. So let's switch to the top-down camera and take a look at the projects that we are going to work on today. So these are some galaxy necklaces, and there are a million different variations of how you can make these. So we're going to show you a couple. This one is very swirl heavy. This one has a darker background with some swirly glitter on top. This one has more of a blue with some stars and a little pearl. So let me clean up here while we start to talk through the supplies that you need. So if you are crafting along, the supply list was included where you signed up for this class. So we love to see you craft along. Please do that. If not, sit back and watch the fun, and hopefully you will learn something. So the star of the show, no pun intended, star, we're going to get some galaxy puns in here, is the UV resin itself. This is the big bottle of it. It comes in a bunch of different sizes. And this is just a one-step UV resin, meaning you don't need to mix two things together. It pours out of the bottle ready to use. Here we have a UV light. This is the thing that cures the resin. You can see it on there. You hit the button, that goes for 1 minute. We have a variety of things to put in the resin, from confetti and glitter and mica and rhinestones and pearls and little metal charms and more metal charms and all sorts of fun stuff that we are going to put into the resin. And we'll talk about what you can and cannot use with resin. I have a few tools off to the side here. We have some wood sticks, a little pointer stick. We have some jewelry tools off to the side. We'll just need these at the very end to turn our little pendants into necklaces. And we have a few other supplies. We'll talk about these as we go. This is a special kind of tape. And we're going to end with bezels. So this is all different kinds of bezels that are available. You can see they are open frames, all different colors, shapes, sizes available. But you can see they are open. They do not have a back to them. So that's why they're considered an open bezel. Michaels carries a ton of different styles of these. Make sure to check out their collection. We're actually going to start with this one. This is a Saturn, I guess, charm. I'm zooming in just a little bit here. And I'm going to show you the very, very basics of how to work with UV resin. So when you're working with a bezel, you need something on there so that your resin doesn't just slide right through it. So that thing is the special resin tape. This is actually a special polyester tape. It's a low tack tape. So you do want to use this instead of masking tape or packing tape. It's a special tape, specially designed for this. And you just want to cut off a piece. I cut mine kind of unevenly, but I have this sticky side up, and we are going to stick this bezel down. So first I'm just kind of looking at it. I'm seeing if I see a front and a back. I'm going to say that this is the front, and I'm going to stick that down. And I really want to press it down. This surface that I'm working on, peel that back. This is a silicone mat. So this protects my work surface so I don't get resin everywhere. A lot of the things we're going to be using today are silicone. That is because silicone, it doesn't, dried resin doesn't stick to silicone. All right, so I have my piece. I'm going to flip this corner up to give me a nice little place, like a finger hold, to hold on to that. All right, so this bezel is prepped. Next thing, I'm going to bring in my UV resin. And every time you're using a bezel, you are going to go through these very same steps, which is creating kind of a base layer of the resin. So I just need a tiny bit here. I'm only going to put the resin in the center part. So I'm just going to put about 2 drops of it. I just want enough so that I can have a very, very thin base layer. I'm going to bring in a wood stick. The other thing that I didn't mention that you want to have is a paper towel for wiping off the stick so you don't get resin everywhere. All right, so with my wood stick, I'm just going to move the UV resin so it meets the walls of the bezel. Now I'm choosing just to do this portion here. You could also do these little wings if you wanted to, or the bottom portion. But I'm just going to do the center portion. Okay, so that is liquid. I'm going to bring in my light. So this is a 9-watt UV light. You may have seen something like this at the nail salon. Theirs are a little more powerful than this. You don't want to get too powerful with UV resin because you may start to see it smoke. It doesn't require a very high wattage for it to cure the resin. So cure times. I'm only going to cure this for 1 minute. This runs for a minute and it will shut off automatically. I have to hit the button again to get that to go again. And average cure times 2 to 3 minutes, I'd say, depending on what you're curing, depending on how big it is, what you've put inside the resin, how much the light is blocked. If you put a ton of glitter, a ton of tint in there, then you're blocking the light, so it has to go longer. If you do not have a UV lamp, even though they are available at Michaels and Michaels.com, in fact, everything we're using today is available at Michaels, you can cure this product in the sun. There is no better UV light than the light that naturally comes from the sun. So if you are crafting during the day in a sunny area, sunny day, you can just put your projects outside and in maybe 10 minutes, they should be beautifully cured. All right, so that was liquid just a minute ago. I'm tapping on it. You can hear, well, I don't know if you can hear that, but I can. You can hear that it is now solid. That's just from 1 minute. It happens really, really fast. And that is why I love this craft because it's like instantaneous crafting. All right, so I want to add some blue to that. So I'm going to bring in the next tool. This is a silicone cup. You want to have a bunch of these, especially when you're doing galaxy projects, because there's a lot of colors involved in a galaxy. All right, so I'm going to put some resin in here. And I don't need a lot. This is a small bezel, not a lot of space to fill. And I'm going to use I'm going to show you several ways of adding color to your resin. And the first way are resin tints. So these also available at Michaels. Everything we're showing you today available at Michaels in the jewelry making department. You'll see a whole section of it with these blue packages called UV Resin Craft. And I did give this a little shake. So here is the tint. These are very concentrated, especially this blue color, very, very concentrated. So I'm going to see if I can manage like a half of a drop in there. It's a very small amount of resin that we are tinting. And mix that around. You can see immediately how dark it got from that one drop. And when you are mixing tints, you never want to mix it so that it is completely opaque. You always want to leave that little bit of transparency. In fact, this is a little darker than I like to go, but since it's so thin, I think we're going to be okay. And now I can add some fun stuff. I can add some glitter. This is some fine glitter. But what I'm going to add is this special kind of like glitter flakes. I love these. They look very galaxy-like. So we are just going to put a few of those down in there. And I can add glitter as well. Maybe we should. We should add a little bit of glitter just to fill in those areas that would be blank otherwise. Any type of glitter will work. This is your standard fine glitter. And let's give that a stir. That's already looking galaxy-like in the mixing bowl, so I think we're in the right direction, guys. All right, this is where the paper towel comes in handy. I always kind of wipe it off on the side here and then wipe it off on the paper towel, just because when I set it down, it's gonna get that all over my work surface. Okay, we're ready to go. Remember when you're working with a bezel that the side that we're looking at here, the side, is the front. And if we have time at the end of the class, I'm going to show you how to work with molds too, silicone molds, which is a very, very common way of working with UV resin. Um, and it's the opposite. So, but with bezels, this part that we're looking at is the top, it's the front. All right, so I can just take this and kind of scoop it. I want to scoop the good stuff in there. Trying to get this big flake in there. And just little by little filling that up to the top. And I am being careful. Don't want to go over the metal because that will be visible since this is such a dark blue. Looks like I should do the bottom of that, huh? I changed my mind. Let's do the bottom. We didn't do a coat, first kind of coat down there, but I'm going to take this and just take a few drops and drip that in there because otherwise it's looking kind of weird. So these wood sticks work great. They have two different sides. This is the kind of pointy side. You could also use a toothpick because this is very detailed work in here. And I'm just putting the tiniest amount to fill that up. All right, at this point, I want to take a look at it really close, make sure I don't have any weird placement of my flakes. Okay, and I did go over a little bit. I'm just going to wipe my stick along the edge just to clean that up. The time to clean these up is now. You can still clean them up after you cure, but easier when it's still wet. A Q-tip, a wet Q-tip would work really great there too, just to clean that up. Okay, cute. I don't know if it's showing, you can't see what I see on camera so much, but the flakes are very shiny and iridescent. Okay, so we are ready to cure, and I'm gonna bring my light in again. And I'm gonna let this one go at least 2 minutes because, again, it's dark and I have things blocking the light. But I'll show you what that looks like after it's done, and then I'll show you an idea of what you can do. This is a very fancy kind of application of that idea, but this was a project that we made a little while ago. We took two bezels, did that same treatment to them, and then added on the back a little clutch pin. And so, does anybody know what this is? It's like a sweater clip. Isn't that cute? You wear it at the top of your collar. So that clip that we put on the back is a simple clutch pin, they call this. And it has a flat pad here. I'll show you how to add that. All right, so that went for 1 minute, turned off. I'm gonna add that again for another minute. And I still have my bowl. I'm gonna set this off to the side. We may end up using this later, but I don't want to have that anywhere near this UV light because I don't want it to cure. All right, so that is one project idea that you can make with this. We are going to make something a little simpler. I'm just going to turn this into a simple earring. So you're going to need 2 pieces. You're going to need your earring of choice. So this is a French ear wire. It's kind of your classic. There's also things like this to make more of a stud style earring. You can see they each have a little loop at the bottom. We're going to use that loop to add our charm. We're going to need a jump ring to do that. And this package of jump rings is awesome because it has every single shape and size that I need. Okay, so that went for 2 minutes. Let's take a look at what we have here. And now we remove it from the tape just by peeling that off. Here's what the back looks like. And if I wanted, I could add another layer of clear resin, which I think that I'm going to do only because that the glitter flakes that we used have they're little 3D, so they've got a little bit of volume to them. So actually what I'm going to do is take my resin and put a little drop on the top just to do kind of a top coat. I'm going to go right over this metal here. Take it to the edges. This will give us very smooth top since those flakes are a little flaky. Going straight over that and bringing it all the way to the edges. This process that I just did, adding essentially a top coat, is called doming because you can really kind of dome this up and it just makes your pieces look more finished. And now I'm going to put that under again. When that's done, we will connect it using these 2 pieces and show you the final piece. So while that goes, I'm going to talk a little bit more about bezels. As I said, bezels come in all different shapes and sizes. And I'm going to show you some pieces that we did. Move this off to the side a little here, using bezels. So these were some earrings, and this just uses clear resin with dried flowers. So dried flowers and resin are a match made in heaven. It's one of the many common things that you can put inside resin. And I'm going to show you another one here, this hexagon shape. So those flowers also available at Michael's. Here's what they look like. This blue package is where you're going to find all of this stuff. And you put that inside the resin, just like I showed you with the glitter, kind of placing each little flower part one by one. All right, that went for 1 minute. So now it's smooth on the top there. And I'll show you how to connect this into jewelry. So you are going to want 2 pliers, flat nose pliers. Those are just to open and close this jump ring. So jump rings, one of the basic building blocks of jewelry. It is a circle and it has a break in the top there. You can see it very well up the top. So I want to situate my pliers on either side of that break. And I want to turn one away from me, one toward me. It's making kind of a spring. And that is now open. So I put my charm on And I put my earring on, and then I want to close it in the opposite direction of what I opened it with, closing it so those two pieces meet each other. And that is our first piece of jewelry, a simple little earring. Very cool, guys. All right. So now that we're experts in working with bezels, we're going to level up. We are going to level up here and kind of show you a little more advanced techniques of working with bezels. I'm just going to get another piece of tape here. Ripping my tape because I don't have my scissors at my work table. All right, so this one we are going to use a circle. And I want to put that on the sticky side here. Pressing that down. And then I always like to flip up a side, maybe this side too. So it gives me somewhere to hold on to that's not sticky. Okay, and just like we prepped that first bezel, we're going to do those same steps, which is go in straight from the bottle, just a little bit, and then bring that around to meet the walls. And this is an important step. You don't want to skip this step because this just makes sure that whatever you do next isn't going to ooze out of the bottom. We are making a protective layer down here. Making sure that comes to all the edges. Okay, wiping that stick off, and let's put that under the light for just 1 minute. For these sort of pre-curing steps, I just go for 1 minute. Let's see, I have some other examples of dried flower pendants, since we are making pendants today. I want to show you some examples of these. Let's move this on. Here's some dried flowers. Notice that this has a dark background, so that's that tinted background using the tints. You can see the back is black as well. That really makes these flowers pop. You can do the same thing with a glitter background. There's just a different kind of flower with a glitter background. And here is another kind of flower with a white background. Again, flowers, super popular. Working with UV resin, I just love them. All right, so that went for a minute. And now at this point, I said we were leveling up. So the leveling up is the understanding of layering. So at this point, I want to put the next layer that I put, I want it to be my dark layer. Let's look at our example. So here in the background, you can see there is a dark color. Same with this one. And if you look closely, I don't know if it really shows on camera. Oh, not as well as I can see with my eyes, but there is a skill that you need, which is layering these things in the right order and layering them to achieve a 3D effect. It really comes through on this one. You can see, if I turn it this way, you can see like those stars, those gold stars are on top where the swirl is underneath it. And so that's how you can create a lot of depth in your pieces. So that blue swirl we want to put in the back. So I'm going to grab another silicone cup and go in with some more resin. And again, I don't need a lot. I'm doing a thin layer here because this is my darkest color. We want to keep that layer thin. And we are going to be using, instead of glitter, we're going to be using glitter's cousin, which is mica powder. And it's like the finest glitter that you can imagine. Like a fine powder. All right, let's put a little bit of that in. And you'll see as I start mixing this that it creates this luminosity. Mix that all the way in. It kind of, just as you can see it already creating its own swirls. But we're gonna up the swirl quotient. Okay. All right, let's do a very thin coat of this. We only want as much to fill it from side to side. All right, this I'm going to put off to the side. We'll use that later. You can see just as I poured that in there, I did get one bubble. Can you guys see the bubble? Bubbles can happen, especially when you are mixing tint or mixing glitter in because you're kind of whipping air in. And you just want to pop the bubble. I think I got it. Okay, so I'm moving this to the edges. And then I am going to swirl. You can see as I swirl, it does kind of like hold that. And you can just, until you get it exactly the way you want, you can just kind of keep swirling, starting around the edges, then swirling into the center. Okay. All right, and then when I get that the way I want it to go, I'm just gonna lock that down. Now you can add other lighter colors to create a swirl. That's what we did here. I'll show you how to do that in the next step. Because I want it to look like this blue color is in the background. And then the swirls are on top of that. And then all of the beautiful inclusions, the pearls, the stars are on top of that. And you really can create a lot of depth here. These bezels, let me show you from the side. There's all different bezels. These ones from Blue Moon at Michael's are quite deep. So this is about a quarter of an inch deep. So that allows you to put several layers. And even if we weren't trying to create depth, using layers with UV resin is always your friend. Layers are your friend. Because it ensures that each part of what you're doing is cured inside of there. Okay, that went for 1 minute. I'm actually going to cure that for another minute. If I had just filled this whole bezel up with dark blue tint, it wouldn't be able to cure in the center of that because the light just can't reach it. Tap. It is hardened on top, and it's a very thin layer, so I think that we are good. All right, so now I want to add some more swirls. So I'm going to start with just clear. And I have some resin already mixed up over here. This is resin with gold mica powder. Show you what that looks like. It's the same powder that we just used in the last step. but I just have some already mixed up. Okay, so first I want to get this to the edges, that clear layer. And I did have little bit of that mica powder on my wood stick, so it's adding a little shimmer, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to add this in a drop. And another drop. And one more small drop over here. And now I want to swirl, but I'm not going to use my wood stick. You want something that is finer. So I'm actually going to use this pointy tool here. And start swirling around. Okay. I don't love how some of the mica seems clumped here. So I'm going to go back to my wood stick and see if I can't just take some of that out. Why not? We control this universe, right? So each time I go in, I'm wiping it on my paper towel. And just keep working with it until you achieve the perfect swirl. Okay. All right, at this point, I am going to cure. I'm going to cure it. We're doing this in many, many layers because in the next step, I'm going to add some inclusions. So those inclusions, I'll show you what I have here. They can be metal charms. So I have metal charms here with little moons and so forth. Those, they may look like this when you buy them in the store. This is the silver version. Question from Karen. Thank you, Karen, for your question in the chat. She asked about how many layers of resin can you fit into that bezel? Well, that just depends on how thin the layers are. But in this piece, I plan on doing, let's see, we did the first, the blue, the swirl. I'll probably do 5 layers. Now, 5 layers won't work in a bezel that's this thin. But compare that with this bezel, you can see. So it really just depends on what bezel you have and the look that you want to achieve. I think I'm actually going to use, instead of these, I'm going to use these because I want my inclusions to be silver. Here is where having a nice pair of tweezers works. So I'm going to add silver star, and I'm also going to add pearl. This is going to be like a pearl planet. These are pearls that do not have a hole. You don't have to worry about where you're placing it. Other options are, and I might add some of these. This is like little confetti stars. We also have confetti moons. And these are very hard to see, but this is a mixture of different confetti shaped stars and moons and hearts. Okay, this is what we have. All right, so now I'm going to add another layer of clear. And here in the center, you can see I did get a bubble. We can just pop it. Bubbling is a real issue with two-part resin if you've ever done projects with two-part resin, but it's not really an issue with UV resin. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of lifting it up and moving that around. I just, again, making the resin reach the walls. You can do that by swirling it with a stick or by picking it up. Okay. All right, here I'm going to switch to this side of my wood stick. Tap that in a little bit of the resin. This helps me pick something up very easily. And then you can place that wherever you want. And you can take your time getting these elements in place. This product won't cure until you expose it to UV light. So if you get pulled away, you have to go make dinner, whatever it is, it will still be there for you in its same liquid state. Here, I wanted to pour out some of these, see if I can find a mood. No. But let's add a few of these anyway. These are what they call transparent AB. So they are, I can, yeah, you can't even see that on camera. It is only something that's going to be seen when you kind of turn it and it catches the light. But trust me, they are there. Oh, you can kind of see this one. Yeah. I don't like where that is. Let's move him. And when I'm happy with where that is, I can put it under the light again. But before I do that, I feel like I want to add a little bit. You know, galaxies have many colors in them, anywhere from pinks and purples, blues and greens. And so I think that we need a little bit of purple in there. So in this technique, you can just dip your stick in the resin, pick up a little bit of glitter straight from the pot, and then you can kind of deposit it. So here I kind of deposit it in like a little swirl. Let's get some more. Well, I know it's hard for you to see, but I promise it will be worth it in the end. Just adding a little bit of that purple in there. And let's cure that in place. Okay, so while this cures, I'm going to take a little break here and show you. I promised at the beginning of the class I would show you um, how to use a mold. So this is the difference between a bezel and a mold. Of course, we're familiar with what a bezel is. This is a silicone mold. And you can see it's very clear. It's got multiple different shapes in it. Each shape, some of the shapes, not every mold, some of the shapes have this little silicone peg here that makes a hole in the top of your creation so you can connect it to something else and turn it into jewelry. And earlier I made some using this shape. I made some pieces in a galaxy style. Each one is a little bit different. This one I kept a little more transparent. You can see like that. And you know, the big difference is it does not have a frame around it. Here's this one. This one I use more of a black. This one I use blue and pink. All right, so I want to show you how to do this kind of same thing in a mold, because there are a million gorgeous, gorgeous molds at Michael's. Check them out. But when you're working with a mold, it's a little bit different. It's a little brain trick here, is that you do everything but in the opposite order. Because in a mold, underneath here is the front. What you see is the back. So you're kind of front loading all of your design to face the bottom. And then when you pop it out, it's gorgeous. So let me just walk you through how to do that. I'm going to start with some clear, move that around. And before I cure it, I'm going to put some cute stuff in there. Let's get our gold pieces. These are metal charms. So you've seen me use metal, plastic, glitter, which is plastic. I've shown you dried flowers. There is a huge list of things that work in resin and a very small list of things that don't. And so the things that don't work in resin, you don't want to put fresh flowers. They must be dried. Alcohol inks don't work great with resin. So in this one, we are going to use 3 charms. Ooh. So notice I'm putting these just in clear. And then I'm going to fill the back with color. And then the color will be behind your pieces. All right, so let's cure that. So I'm going to be working 2 projects here at the same time and coming back to this piece. So here, if I turn it, you can see those little bits of purple in there. So all I'm going to do to the top of this is create a dome. So that dome finishes the piece, and it also has a little bit of a magnifying effect. You can see that kind of rolling over what we made and kind of magnifying it. Got a big bubble there. Oh, and it already popped. So I can move this to the edges. And here's where you really need to make sure that your table that you're working on is level. Because as we know, liquids will just level themselves. All right. Put that under the light. Scoochy, scoochy. Back to this. Okay, we have 15 minutes left in this class, so this is your chance. If you have questions, ask them in the chat. I don't always see them because I have to be looking up here to see the chat, but if I do, I will answer them live. So ask away now if you have questions. All right, we're going to use up some of our leftovers here. And actually, I'm going to move this way away from me because I don't want that light touching what I have going on here. So we've got this left over. We've got this left over. I have a little bit of this left over. Okay, question from Anissa. She says the back of her silicone mold always looks messy. Well, that is the back of a piece, but I can show you how to maybe finish it a little bit better. And that is, so here is my piece that I made. And if we look at the back, yeah, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. But you can dome it, you set it back down onto your silicone mold, add another layer on top of that, and that will kind of, I'll just finish off the back a little bit better. The other thing you can do is make sure you're filling your mold up to the very top, because if your backs are looking a little concave, you need to fill it up just a little bit more or add that last layer. All right, so let's have some fun here. I'm gonna add this. Thin layer of blue. Move that around. And swirling it. But beyond those swirls, we're going to add just some of this white mica powder. And actually, I'll get a new cup for that. Because I want to make swirls that really show up in this piece. So I'm going to make those very light in color. And I'm using white here because I already used charms that are gold. So I'm going to make sure that those show up. And I'm going to drop this into the wet blue. And then with a pointy tool, we're going to do some more swirling. And this back is not going to look perfect. It's not going to look great. Going around in circles. But the goal is to make the front look awesome. And I can kind of cheat, pick this up and look underneath, see what we're achieving. And I can see that I want more. I want more swirls. Let's see if we can get one more good drop out of this. Let's see. Kind of looks cool, but let's swirl it out a little bit. Tear it down. Let's see what we have over here. Here is our bezel that we made. And you can see if I turn it, hopefully you can see a little bit of that depth that we've created. We've created space underneath that star and underneath that pearl. So the star is casting a shadow, and that's how we can see that there's depth. Okay. So I'm removing this. It looks like I didn't fully cure it enough in my haste to get the project done. So it has a little bit of a imperfection on the back. But let's look at it from the front. Very nice. You can see when I move it around, it's catching the light of all those fun things that I put inside there. So that is one option. This one I'm going to let cure for a little bit. And since we've handled molds, I will use a few minutes just to show you a few other things that you can do with molds. This is a sticker, a plain old sticker from the sticker department, from the paper crafting department, actually, at Michael's. So stickers work great. Here we did a whole teacher's class and made these necklaces. And inside this necklace are some paper clips and some push pins and some polymer clay slices and some confetti. So you can see the vast range of things that you can put inside the resin. Here, this other piece, this earring, which uses dried flowers in a mold. You know it's a mold because it doesn't have a frame to it. And then we used polymer clay to create the top of the earring. A little bit of texture. Speaking of polymer clay, here we made this chunky pendant and used UV resin on top of baked polymer clay to create kind of a decoupage effect. So polymer clay, UV resin, they to go together well, which brings me to my request. So if you are having fun with us, if you love jewelry making and learning about these new materials and techniques, we teach classes 3 times a month with Michaels. We teach polymer clay classes, we teach UV resin classes. So please take a look at michaels.com at the classes and events page, and there you'll see all of the upcoming classes. So what we have going on here is just kind of this final cure. I'll bring in all of the pieces. And you can decide which one you like best. Lots of different looks here. You have a black background, more of a blue, more of a, I don't know, this is a mixture of everything. And then kind of a grayish. All right, so this mold isn't completely full, so, but I am gonna pop it out now, just so you can see. I'll probably go back and fill in the back there, but let's see what we got. Cute. So you can see what I mean by working backwards. Those things that, the very first things that we put inside that mold are the things that are most visible from the front. You can see when you pop things out, you might get a little extra little nubbin on the side there, and we can clean that up. You can kind of go like that. If it wants to give you a problem, you can use an emery board. If there are any sharp points along the side, we'll use an emery board. You don't have to worry about this with bezels though, because it has that built-in frame. But these are all the different looks you can achieve. So I hope we've inspired you today. I hope that you will go off and make a whole galaxy of jewelry. And my other pieces too. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you learned something today and I hope you got inspired. My name is Stephanie Moore. I'm with Blue Moon Studio, and we will see you at the next class. Thanks a lot, guys.